Hey everyone, welcome to the first ever Dad and Son Talk Wrestling video cast. We've been talking about doing this for a while after our trip to Dallas last year for Wrestlemania, and we figured what better time than now to start our video cast with it being Wrestlemania weekend and tonight the Hall of Fame ceremony. So I'm Dad, Bill, and this is my son, Cam. And we're going to go through a bunch of stuff. We figured the first time through, starting with WrestleMania, instead of getting into everything that's going on in the business, what he knows and understands, what I let him know and understand, or what, in general, just pro wrestling, we decided that we would just go off with a little predictions for this year's Mania, which is looking like it's going to be upwards of 7 hours, with a couple matches on the pre-show. I think 3 pre-show matches, and I believe 10 matches on the main card, with some boring Pitbull music going on throughout the thing. So I do have a list of the card for WrestleMania on my phone, which is what I'm gonna read it off of. So if you bear with me for a second, little background: I've been a pro wrestling fan since Bob Backlund is the first memory I have. Was the first of watching pro wrestling. Bob Backlund was the World Wrestling Federation champion, right as he lost the belt to the Iron Sheik. Leading into Hulkamania, and so on and so forth. I go back into the early 80s with wrestling. Cameron, oddly enough, funny story how Cam started watching wrestling. I wouldn't record SmackDown, so I would only watch it on the weekends because of DVR issues, all that, whatever. So I would watch the replays on the Spanish channel because they played it in SmackDown didn't have Spanish broadcasting at the time, and they would play it in English, but it would loop, and Raw would play afterwards. And I woke up one morning, and I fell asleep watching, and this kid's in my bedroom, bouncing off the walls, watching Monday Night Raw on Sunday morning in Spanish, absolutely losing his mind. And I knew at that moment it was hooked to him like it's always been to me. Cameron, who are a few of your favorite wrestlers?
John Cena, Roman Reigns.
Who are your favorites from the very beginning? Who are your original favorites? Obviously John Cena was your favorite ever, right? That's just goes with it.
Dolph was my second.
Dolph was your second.
Alberto third.
And now who's your favorite now?
Roman Reigns.
Roman's your favorite now. All right. So it looks like I got all the matches here. So I guess we'll go through and we'll start with how we figure it's going to go. From what I'm hearing, I think the women's match is going to kick it off. The 6-pack challenge, so to speak. Yeah, it's the SmackDown match. So, in the SmackDown Women's title match, it's going to be Mickie James versus Carmella, versus Natalya, versus Becky Lynch, versus Naomi, versus Alexa Bliss. So, what do you think's going to happen in that match, bro?
You go first.
I got to go first? Well, you're supposed to be my sidekick, eh?
I know.
All right, well, so the way I see it is Naomi came back the other night, had a big comeback, and they're in Orlando, which is her hometown, and she never lost the belt, right? She had to give it up. So I don't see any reason why Naomi will not win. So I'm picking Naomi to win the 6-pack challenge for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And who do you think is going to win, and why?
Mickie James.
Mickie James.
Because she had a strong comeback.
So you think Mickie James is going to win the belt tomorrow night? All right.
Yeah,
Is that because she tweeted you once?
No.
Are you sure?
No.
All right. Then we go. What will be the next match? From what I'm hearing, the next match after that will be in the second hour on the pre-show, which will be the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which was won by Baron Corbin last year.
Yeah, before Big Show and before that, Cesaro.
So, okay. And I believe this is who I have for the list of participants in this year's Battle Royal. We have Braun Strowman, Sami Zayn, former winner Big Show, Dolph Ziggler, Apollo Crews, the Usos, Jimmy and Jay, Gable and Jordan, the World's Strongest Man, Mark Henry, Titus O'Neil, Goldust, R-Truth, Curtis Axel, who still hasn't been eliminated from 2 years ago, Primo and Epico, Bo Dallas, Jinder Mahal, Rhino, Heath Slater, Mojo Rawley, Kurt Hawkins, Tyler Breeze, Fandango, English and Gotch, Kalisto, Victor and Connor, and Sin Cara.
Kalisto.
You think Kalisto is going to win the Battle Royal? The smallest guy in there, you're picking to win the Battle Royal. This is a kid who picked WrestleMania, was it 30 or 29? When did 30? No, 29. Whatever one that The Undertaker lost, this kid picked every single match right. Including Brock Lesnar beating The Undertaker, and he picks Cesaro to win the Battle Royal. So, if he says Kalisto, he's probably right. But, personally, I think there's only one person that's going to win the Battle Royal, and I don't know how you couldn't pick Braun Strowman. I think this is Braun Strowman's match. I think Braun Strowman is going to slam the Big Show over the top rope early in this match and go on to destroy everybody in the match. I have Braun Strowman winning and holding that giant trophy up with one hand because he is so big and strong. Leading into big things for Braun Strowman into leading the rest of this year going forward.
He's not winning the Universal Champion.
Maybe not, well, obviously not tomorrow, but I wouldn't be surprised to see him down the road in a Universal Championship match.
At the Extreme Moves.
Well, you never know when it will be. So, then, that's two. There's our first two. We got one more pre-show match. And I think we're finally going to agree on one. We're going to have the same pick in this match. Now, it's easier to pick one person to win a match when there's only two people in it. And so far we've had 6 in one match and 20 in another. But the last match on the pre-show is going to be for the WWE Cruiserweight Champions. It will be Austin Aries challenging Neville. So, who do you got?
Austin Aries.
You think Austin Aries is coming in to take over Neville? I think these guys have put together a great program over the last couple months. Outside of the stupid purple ropes and all of that garbage that goes with it, I would prefer to see them just get down to business, wrestle in a regular WWE ring. Doesn't have to be a sideshow. Just have it be great matches. Maybe kick off Raw like you used to kick off Nitro with a great cruiserweight match. You have plenty of guys to do it. And Neville has led the charge. You have a really strong competitor there. But I have to agree with Cameron that I think A-Double is going to... First off, these two are going to steal the show. It quite possibly could be the best match of the night. Pure wrestling match. Those two could put together the absolute best match of the night. But I see A-Double walking out of there with the Cruiserweight Championship and carrying the Cruiserweight division for a long time to come. So that's it. Is our show over?
No.
Yeah, we just did the pre-show. We're good, right? That's all we're covering. All right, so we're done with the pre-show. Now on to the main card, and honestly, I have no idea how these matches will come down. So I guess we'll just jump right in. I guess we'll start with the Intercontinental Championship match.
Who's fighting in that match again?
We have the Lone Wolf, Baron Corbin, going up against the Lunatic Fringe, Dean Ambrose. You're picking Dean Ambrose to win?
Yeah.
Why are you picking Dean Ambrose to win?
Because he's the best.
He's the best? Have you even ever saw Dean Ambrose win a match in person?
Yeah.
When?
Last month.
Last month? You were there last month?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Did I miss that one?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool. I also think Dean Ambrose is going to win.